Hurricane Milton batters Florida, leaving multiple dead. So this is from the Independent. Hurricane Milton has devastated portions of Florida, causing multiple deaths, and officials predicting that more bodies will be found upon sunrise. Milton made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane on Wednesday night near Sarasota County's Siesta Key, bringing multiple tornadoes, 28-foot waves, strong winds, heavy rainfall, and devastating storm surge. Evacuation alerts were blasted out to millions, with Bradenton Police Chief Melanie issuing a bleak prognosis for those who neglected advice. Quote, "What we'll probably be finding in the morning are bodies," she told BBC Radio 4's Today program on Thursday. Multiple deaths have already been confirmed after dozens of tornadoes spawned in St. Lucie County, seeing a tornado strike Spanish Lakes Country Club retirement village in Fort Pierce, County Sheriff Keith Pearson said. More than 3.2 million homes and businesses in Florida have been left powerless, with those in the west central region the worst impacted. A large crane was downed in St. Petersburg, and the roof of Tropicana Field Baseball Stadium was ripped clean off during Milton's ferocious winds. After landfall, Milton is weakened to a Category 1 hurricane and is moving off Florida's east coast, with residents still battling against brutal winds and storm surge. So this is some video of the hurricane in action.
Oh.
So just horrible conditions. Now, in a bit of macabre news, macabre detail, Floridians who refused to evacuate told to write their names on arms so they could be identified.
Jesus.
Floridians who refused to follow evacuation orders despite living in the path of Hurricane Milton were told to write their names on their arms in permanent marker so their bodies could be identified if they were killed. Millions of residents were instructed to leave their homes ahead of Milton making landfall Wednesday night along Florida's west central coast as a devastating Category 3 hurricane. But those who failed to heed advice were issued a harrowing warning and were told to mark their limbs with their personal details to help officials identify their remains. Wow. Sounds like corporate America should have really come through to help these people evacuate, right? The airlines, the hotels, I bet they really were very helpful in this situation, but we'll get to that.
Look at that.
So this is the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, Tropicana Fields, with the roof ripped off by the winds. So if you're in the path of those winds, you're not going to do too well. They got a record 13 tornadoes during this hurricane. 13 tornadoes. So this is our friend JB reminding us of how we treat the most vulnerable in these situations. In Lake County, slave labor fills sandbags for residents before the arrival of Hurricane Milton. I fixed it, of course, referring to their headline, "Inmates Help Fill Sandbags." I'm sure they were very happy being put in the hurricane zone there. Remember, folks, the 13th Amendment has a big loophole. You can be enslaved, you can be used as forced labor as punishment for a crime. And because of that loophole, slavery has never really ended. This is slave labor, as our friend JB points out here. And here, just one of the wonderful representatives of Florida. This is from Khaleesi. She posts a lot of good stuff on X. This is Florida GOP Rep Laurel Lee. She voted against $20 billion in FEMA disaster relief funding last week as Hurricane Milton was heading towards her congressional district. She also took thousands of dollars from AIPAC and said she will continue to support our strongest ally in the Middle East. They serve Israel. So, yes. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, folks. Bootstrap your way out of those hurricane winds. This is Qasim Rashid. As Category 4 Hurricane Milton prepares to wreak havoc on Florida, a reminder that Governor DeSantis rejected $11 billion in federal aid meant to address climate and infrastructure and banned the phrase climate change from Florida laws. Republicans are proving Don't Look Up was a documentary.
Yeah, not only have they banned the phrase climate change, but you're not allowed to talk shit about Jews either. So how are you supposed to learn about the weather if you can't mention Jews or climate change?
If you can't talk to Jews, it's
Yeah.
so rainy today. You can't.
Yeah.
Those people are screwed. This is Dr. Jill Stein, presidential candidate. So we're going to get a little into how corporate America really stepped up here. As time ran out to evacuate before Hurricane Milton hits Florida, Disney World and Universal kept workers on the job. This should be illegal. We can't rely on corporations to put workers' safety over profits. This is why we need strong laws and strong unions to protect workers. So this thread really, most of my reporting here is from More Perfect Union. So shout out to them. So this is October 8th. Disney World and Universal are still open. The National Hurricane Center says today is the last full day for Florida residents to get their families and homes ready and evacuate if told to do so by local officials. Disney says it's operating under normal conditions. So you're a Disney worker, you don't want to lose your job, you have to go to work instead of evacuating. These people are such scum. This is part of why, Disney gets a lot of heat on the culture war stuff, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But I've also tried to point out what an evil company this is. This is part of why whatever you feel about the insertion of queerness into cartoons and such, the hypocrisy of this company that's currently being sued by over a dozen women for pay discrimination with their girl boss narratives. It's such a smokescreen for the fact that they're literally one of the most evil companies in the country.
I mean, Splash Mountain's got to be pretty lit in a hurricane.
That's true. Maybe that's why they kept it open for thrill seekers.
Yeah.
So this is October 9th, the day the hurricane is going to hit. Disney World and Universal are still open. Most parks and attractions won't close until 1 or 2 p.m. with the hurricane barreling down. That is how greedy these people are. And to be fair, it's Universal as well. It's not just Disney. At the same time, people are being advised to either evacuate or be where they'll ride out the storm by noon today. Workers cannot be an afterthought during a climate crisis. Okay, so she's on it. Kamala Harris issued a statement. Let us all be clear. Americans impacted by a crisis should never be ripped off. I have seen firsthand the devastating impact of price gouging during an emergency. As Attorney General of California, during devastating wildfires that displaced thousands of residents, I took on those attempting to take advantage of the situation by raising hotel prices. As senator, I worked to stop price gouging during the pandemic.
Also, inmates wanted to charge 4 cents an hour to fight those fires. I said, no. 1 cent an hour. That's the wage. You're not going to price gouge us. The people of California will not be taken advantage of. You're getting a penny an hour.
No, in fact, she had a very popular policy that the inmates had to pay them.
Yeah.
Before they were done. Those evacuating before Hurricane Milton or recovering from Hurricane Helene should not be subject to illegal price gouging or fraud at the pump, airport, or hotel counter. Any company or individual that tries to exploit Americans in an emergency should know that the administration is monitoring for allegations of fraud and price gouging and will hold those taking advantage of the situation accountable. Now, Pete Buttigieg, our beloved transportation secretary, also weighed in. This is October 7th. Getting ahead of the curve like he does. The department takes all allegations of airline price gouging seriously. We are keeping a close eye on flights in and out of areas affected by Hurricane Milton to make sure airlines are not charging excessively increasing fares. So I don't know. I guess by watch, he literally means they just watched it happen. As Hurricane Milton nears landfall in Florida and over 1 million people have been ordered to evacuate, corporate price gouging has begun. There are numerous reports of airlines and hotels suddenly jacking up prices as people need to flee. Okay, so I didn't always use their quote tweet, but this is all from More Perfect Union. Put all this together. Okay, so flights here, $399 normal, 1,174, 1,485, 2,150, 2,351, like outrageous prices that no average person could possibly afford. This is United for flights that normally cost $399. And here you've got American Airlines, according to Captain Silver here. These flights run little over $100 on the weekdays. It's no longer survival of the fittest, but survival of the richest. So according to him, these $100 American airline flights normally $1,192, $824. And this, according to her, this is normally a $60 to $70 flight. She has it on the left. 60, 62, $70, 836, 1,047, 1,079, 1,678.
Wow.
Now, the hotels, not any better. Hampton Inn, now that's the down market brand of Hilton. $617. For rooms that normally cost $233, $201, charging $617 on a Wednesday night. Now this fella had an experience he wants to let people know about, and he wants you to contact the Morristown, Tennessee Holiday Inn to let them know what you think about it. So apparently he's an essential worker. He's been going around helping people in the hurricane, helping people evacuate. Got charged $300 at this rural Holiday Inn. And apparently they told him, fuck you, when he complained about it. So let's see what he has to say.
These people, the manager, a girl, long hair, didn't get her name. She's too busy telling me to fuck you. That's what she said to me. We don't like it, fuck you. Come right out of her mouth. Stand on it, stand by it, everything else. The manager of Holiday Inn just told us if we didn't like their prices, fuck you. TikTok, I need your help. This summit right here sitting in Morristown, Tennessee. Morristown, Tennessee. Charging basically essential workers $300 a night to stay in their motel. $300 a night. Dude, I need to wash my ass and sleep. Who in the fuck has that kind of money? Y'all see that shit, don't you? Look here. Hey, I'll tell you better than this. Hold on. Yeah, them motherfuckers smart. They don't put their phone number on that bullshit. Anyway, if there's anything you all could do, the pilots are staying here. You know the pilots that's flying everything up on these hills for these people? This is where the pilots are staying, y'all. $300, $500 a night for rooms. The better rooms, we just got a regular room. The better rooms, $500, $600 a night. Any way that you all can help us with this fucking Holiday Inn. I'm so goddamn mad, dude. Told me fuck you. That's what she told me. Well, fuck you too.
Fuck you too.
I want you to keep this in mind, too. If any of y'all will go to Holiday Inn Express, Morristown, Tennessee, right on their fucking page, capital letters, $139 a night. That's what it says. We even asked them about it, and they said, oh, no, we don't set that price. That's somebody else that does that. We don't know what that's about. $300 fucking dollars. If y'all call this Holidays Inn in Morristown, Tennessee, They're going to lead you around, but I'm begging you, tell them Michael, Pissed Off Nation sent you. I told her she's going to remember who I was. TikTok, I'm begging you, do your thing. Dude, everybody that come up here is under great stress, great pressure, and we have everybody's spending a lot of money to help everybody. They just getting rich off what we're doing. It's crazy, y'all. Fix this, TikTok.
Well, he says earlier in that video, too, that the Days Inn actually cut the rate. Rate because everybody was sort of coming together. But he said the rooms were horrible, so he wanted to go to a different place. And this place more than doubled the rate.
Right. Of course, the website says $139 a night. So you heard the man. You want to give him a call. I don't think it would be taken amiss. Let them know what you think about how they're treating these poor people trying to get out of the path of a hurricane. And you know,
if enough people raise a stink, emails, stuff like that, maybe they'll lower the price back down. Give these workers a place to stay.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's part of why I wanted to show this one. But hey, you know, we talk about this, and you know, man, I'm skeptical of a lot of collectivist, communist kind of ideas. But at the same time, you have got to acknowledge this is a failure of capitalism. When you let these corporations just do what they want to do, look what they do. There was no meaningful help from the government, no meaningful shelter these people could go to. Not enough help, obviously, to evacuate, or people would have taken it. And it allows these people to get away with murder. Now, this is, if any of you are in Florida and you've had this experience, there is actually a price gouging law there for these situations. So you can report it to the Attorney General. The number is 866-966-7226. And you can also report it via the No Scam app or online at myfloridalegal.com. Include your name, contact info, and the description of the gouging. So these people are in a desperate, perhaps deadly situation, and corporate America is doing what it does, charging over $1,000 for $100 flights.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I mean, that hotel was one example of many. Yeah.
Right.
And obviously, our friend JB is in the path of this. We hope you're safe, my friend. Our point of contact over at Rumble. I don't know if he wants his name out there, so I won't say it, but he's in the path of this as well. Rumble is in the path of this as well. They're headquartered in Sarasota. I'm a little surprised we're even able to stream to Rumble today. Yeah, I'm a little surprised we're even able to stream there because, I mean, I don't know what their infrastructure backup thing is, but, I mean, that's where they're headquartered, and that is right in the path of this. And so, yeah, look, I mean, times like these, you're supposed to band together. You're not supposed to take advantage of the situation by charging people double and triple for very essential things like transportation out of the danger zones. And obviously for workers who have to be there, they need a place to stay. And so, like that man said, the Days Inn was trying to do the right thing, although apparently they didn't wash the jizz out of the sheets enough, so they could probably get better at that. But they did. But they had the right idea with the prices. They cut it in half.
At least they tried.
At least they tried. Hey, at least they tried. You know, maybe they got to replace the washing machines there. You know, but at least they tried. At least they made an effort.
No, I mean, of course, I'm not clear what the laws are. The way Harris is talking, she's making it sound as if there are federal laws that would allow you to crack down on this. Because of the way the airlines are regulated, I think you probably can. I'm not sure if that's true, if you can do that to motels through federal authority. I think that's up to the state. I'm not sure, but it's just a disgrace. It's really just a disgrace. And it looks like all the airlines did it.
Please clap.